Hey, Bill, just kind of a general question heading into year 4, the excitement, especially coming out of the bubble back home, and just the expectations of this year of kind of a new roster, some returners, obviously Liz and Kelsey back in the lineup, just your over thoughts of heading into this season.
Yeah, clear as mud. We have a significant change in last year's roster, probably up to half the basketball team. So it's going to take a little bit of time to learn how to play with each other. Being out of the bubble, actually, in many ways, this is worse with the draconian lockdowns that we're under right now from the WNBA. We have to stay in our rooms. You can't do anything. So, it's really kind of the same environment, only a little bit worse. So that's a little bit disappointing. But I think our team is positioned well. We still have to learn to play with each other, how we mesh with each other, who plays, who starts, I got to figure all that out. And I got a whole grand total of 2 weeks left to do it.
Jesse?
Hey, Bill. Just curious, of the rookies, what have you seen from them thus far throughout camp?
Same old. They don't know what they're doing. They're scared. They're young. They're not, grown, complete women like a lot of the players are. So they're always going to be behind. Each of them has their own little traits about them, trying to make the team different positions. And they're going to struggle, especially in the first week. It's overwhelming for them, but I think they're all making a good showing of themselves right now. I thought Slocum yesterday in the scrimmage, I thought performed admirably for someone, a young player like that under the pressure.
And you mentioned the scrimmage. I know it's just one scrimmage, the first thing, but what was your big takeaway from that one?
We have a long way to go. We have a long way to go. Not only knowing each other, but conditioning wise, it's clear. And then we're not unique. Every team's in the same boat where you couldn't play 5-on-5, so you're so far behind normal conditioning standards that's going to be an issue. Plus, we only have one player missing. Our team have multiple players missing from overseas right now, and plus quarantine. That's another problem. So I think it's going to be a bumpy ride at the start. I think as long as we continue to improve and learn each other as the season goes along, we'll do just fine.
Cool. Thanks, Bill.
Nick?
Hey, good morning, Bill. One quick question. Who has given you the best advice as a head coach? And what was that advice?
As a head coach, I'm not really anybody. I kind of do my own thing. Before I became a coach, I kind of do the Chuck Daly thing, which is, how I agree with how as a player, show the players what they're supposed to do, educate them, put them back on track, but then get out of the way. Grinding coaches I can't stand, and I think all my teams, I'm not a grinder, I'm an educator. I'm not a teaching coach, I'm more of a mental teaching coach. So I think Chuck got out of the way, which is one of the why we were successful. If he tried to grind us, and we were very strong with people, it never would have worked. So that's how I do my philosophy on coaching.
Thanks, Bill.
Jen Hatfield.
Hi, Coach. Jen Hadfield from Her Hoop Stats. I apologize if you already answered this. I jumped on a little bit late, but was curious to get your thoughts on Shaquilla Thomas, what you were hoping she could bring at the beginning of camp and how she's looked. Well,
Shaquilla was kind of a last-minute add-on. We needed people to, come in and compete for a spot and, and give us a lot more bodies in camp. I was pleasantly surprised in the first week. We started her off at being a power forward, but in our league, she's not a power forward. She's not tall enough or strong enough. So we moved her to a small forward position. I think she's doing very well so far. The scrimmage, she tweaked her ankle a little bit, kind of threw her back for the rest of the scrimmage. But overall, she's playing hard. Her shot is better than I thought it was. It doesn't look real professional or real standard, but it goes in. And she's as strong as an ox for a three, a small forward position. So that's her best shot at it. And she's doing a good showing for herself so far.
Thanks so much.
Paloma.
Hey, Bill, just wanted to get your thoughts on opening up on the road in Seattle.
You have to play everybody sooner or later. Playing an opening game, that's great because we're the number one, number two teams last year. I'm assuming we're going to be on ABC television. So, all those good perks that come with such. The issue is playing back to back against them in the same town. A sprained ankle or somebody sick or the flu. You're playing one of your major competitors twice in a row. It's not the best, especially twice in a row at their place. You can come out 0-2. We come out 2-0 and put the pressure on them. But I think it's not the best. Opening up, I get, but not doing 2 in a row, I don't get.
Sam Gordon, welcome back.
Thank you. Bill, just curious, how has what's your impression been this week or this last week of Lauren, and has her experience overseas, has she improved, seeing her live in the last year since the time you evaluated her coming out in the draft in 2020?
Well, Lauren last year was Dan's pick, 3rd round picks. I don't really get a whole lot involved in because they're really making the team is like next to zero most of the time. But she didn't get a chance last year, so we talked about bringing her in this year and giving her opportunity. And she's better than I thought she was going to be by far. I think she works very hard. She's quicker than I thought. She's worked on her shot. The best thing is she's not afraid. So I think that's her biggest asset right now in our training camp, trying to make her team, that she's fearless. And that's good. I think overseas really helped her a lot. Going from college, you don't know what to expect. Overseas, it's professional basketball. You take care of yourself. You're on your own. And I think that really helped her coming into this camp.
Fago.
Hey, how you doing, Coach?
Okay.
What does it mean to you that Liz is back with the team, and what do you think she needs to improve on?
Who?
Liz Cambage.
Oh, Hamby. Yeah, Hamby is Hamby. She doesn't work on her game in the offseason to any magnitude. We want her to get better from a more confident perimeter shooter from 15 feet and be a better attacker on the post. But right now, she's just content to be the same thing she's done in the prior years, which hopefully going to work for her and for us this year. But if we can get her to be a little bit more structured post player, I think that would be a big positive for us. But that's a wait and see game.
John, Global Traveler.
Hi, Coach. Thank you for your time. With all the moves that your team and other teams have made in the offseason, does this shape up to be the most competitive season yet?
I think every year it's ebb and flow. I think there's probably more teams this year as a group that can compete for the championship than in normal year, maybe up to 6. Then there's a have-nots. But so it ebbs and flows every year in this league. It goes in cycles, and that's the nature of the beast. But I think this year there's probably a good 6 teams that we can say they have a chance to win if things go their way.
Thanks, Coach.
Rafiq.
Hey, Coach. Asa Wilson mentioned earlier that she managed to hit a 3-pointer during the scrimmage yesterday. Is there any chance for her to actually work on the 3-point shooting, considering the amount of 3-point shooting going on in basketball these days?
I hope not. It is very strong in the mid-range game. But she didn't raise up, not even thinking yesterday from 3 ball, surprised me a little bit. And it was just, she knew when she let it go that it was all money. On an occasion, okay, I get it. But overall, I think that I'd rather have her in the mid-range game or in a low block doing what she does best. But it's a natural progression for any player to expand their range. Whether she does that consistently this year, that's what time will tell on that one.